The effects in Caleb Wiles' staple-bound booklet High Spots range all the way from self-working to intermediate. In fact, the most difficult techniques in here are a cull and the Elmsley count, so if you can handle that, Caleb's got some interesting stuff for you. Actually, he seems to be pretty obsessed with the Elmsley count. Nearly half of the effects in this book use it. I guess magic has fashions like any other industry, and this whole book is a little bit like getting into a DeLorean, and 1.21 gigawatts later, I'm seeing techniques that were mostly popular in the early 90s. On the upside, these are exactly the kinds of battle-hardened, polished effects that you only develop by working on them since the days when I was shouting at the kids who were going the wrong way on Legends of the Hidden Temple. And since Us Weekly doesn't investigate magicians' fads, who really cares? Spectators will still be fooled. So if you don't mind that this is not the absolute cutting edge of magic, there are definitely some weapons in here that you can use to bludgeon unwitting spectators into bewilderment. My favorite idea in here is 26! Okay, so Caleb says it should be pronounced 26 factorial, but it's so much more fun to say 26! Anyway, it's easier than finding Ali Bongo in a Where's Waldo book, and it uses a bold bluff that I've always wanted to see applied to a total coincidence routine. There are some rough moments in it, but you can clean those up according to your own performance style, and it can be done with just one deck instead of the normal two. Bonus! Next, Caleb suggests you toss away your double undercut and check out his utility move, the Crystal Cut. It can be a flourishy false cut, a flourishy top control, a flourishy bottom control, a flourishy second from the top control, and if you order today for just $20, we'll throw in a second from the bottom control just for you. Limited time offer Sunday, Sunday, Sunday! Okay. But like a reversible sport coat or Windex, if you use it for too many things, it just looks silly. So you know what that means? Soapbox time. If you want a spectator to think that the card is lost in the middle, why, after putting the card in the middle, would you then cut the deck? Something that could clearly bring the card to the top. And when you throw in a flourish at this critical moment, it's just confusing for your spectators. If you want them convinced that they know what they saw, isn't a confusing flourish at this moment the wrong choice? Anyway. Next, we've got Little Fella Grows Up. It's a gambling routine with Elmsley counts instead of false deals. So if you want to do gambling demos, but you can't deal bottoms, take a second to read this, and it might be at the center of your repertoire. Blackjack Be Quick is an interesting idea, but that's it. An interesting idea, and Norman Gilbreth's idea. The Gilbreth principle is just doing what it does, and I can't see that there's too much added here. Geppetto probably needed some more time with this one in the shop before it becomes a real boy. Reswindled is Caleb's version of Reset, and it quite simply rocks. If you perform Reset regularly, you'll be rushing to this faster than spectators are rushing out of Chris Angel's Vegas show. Apparently even Paul Harris has adopted Caleb's handling. That's really all there is to it. Reset and kicking it up a notch. Bam! Finally, a bit of nitty-gritty. Most of the explanations read as smooth as Reed McClintock's head, but every once in a while, there are a couple of typos. Luckily, nothing that ruins the explanation, just a little bit distracting, like when Hans Klock used to get in the way of me watching Pam Anderson. So all in all, this is exactly the kind of thing you'd like if you like this kind of thing. It's strong, simple, accessible magic at an intermediate level. Some people find some of these counts to be a little bit cozy or sneaky, but not everyone does. If any of these tricks fit your style, they're worth the price of the book. Reswindled and Little Fella Grows Up are awesome. If this isn't your style, it might not be your cup of tea. But either way, go to Vanishing Ink and find out for yourself.
Your attention, please. Please yell if you are paying attention.